Good afternoon, everybody. So, want to go over the three different types of CDLs, commercial driver's licenses, that are issued, um, and then maybe the fundamental baseline of the different types of trucks and trailers that you see going down the road. So, there's three different licenses, classes, if you will, for a CDL. You get A, B, or C, and it's all dependent on weight. So, Class A, for example, your semi-drivers are allowed to haul anything at 26,001 pound or greater. Your Class B and C start to deal with your buses. For example, you need in a B, you need a bus license, but you also need a passenger endorsement because you're dealing with people, obviously, and the safety involved with that. So that's a whole different endorsement. Not just every Class A driver can do that without doing that first. And then your Class C and what have you, you're talking about your box trucks, so anything that's, not hauling a lot of weight, but maybe the cab and the box trailer, if you will, is connected to the main frame, that everything's one unit, have a fifth wheel or whatever. So with that being said, I'm gonna try to remember this. Here's the 9 different types of loads that I see on a daily basis. So you've got, of course, your dry van, which is your normal box type trailers on a semi. You've got your reefer, refrigeration vans, loads. They have a unit on the front of them that keep the trailer cool and climate controlled. So they set thermostat. It's a separate unit on the trailer run by its own fuel source. And then that way it keeps the temperature consistent. So if you're hauling ice cream, you set it below 0, obviously. If you're hauling produce and you want to set the temperature for that, it's adjustable. But here's the big thing: if it's 120 out, it's going to keep the ice cream cold. If it's 10 below 0, it's going to raise the temperature and keep the produce fresh. So there's that. And then side note, I just saw a truck go by me that I thought was refrigeration. It was. And then I got looking at it, and on the back of this guy's truck, he had 9 different placards for hazardous materials. So crazy. I mean, he hauls chemicals, so that need to be climate controlled. Never know what you're going to see. And then you've got your flatbed, and there's variations of that. I'm going to talk about that at the end to give you kind of an idea of all the different variations there can be without making you go cross-eyed right now. What else you got? You got intermodal. I've talked about those before. Those are the trailers you see coming off the ships, or the boxes coming off ships, put on trains, put on semis. Intermodal. You got car haulers. You got livestock. You got grain trucks. You got side dumps. There's one more that I've thought of recently, and it's going to come to me. Bear with me. So you're going to see all these different variations. With that being said, why can't I think of the ninth one right now? It's going to drive me nuts. But anyway, I'm going to give you some of the different variations. Long haul, heavy haul. I'll go into that. So you're going to see trucks with more than 2 axles on the trailer, more than 2 axles on the back of your drive axles on your tractor, your truck. The driver has the ability to drop those axles and haul more weight. So, for example, you can go from hauling 80,000 pounds up to 100,000 pounds, but you got to be permitted for that. So let me use flatbed because I'm familiar with it as some of the different examples. I mean, so once you got that baseline, you can start looking at these things, and you're going to say, wow, that's this with that. So flatbed, for example, can be 43 or 53 foot long. It could have fixed axles or separated axles. I'm going to talk about that later. Spread axles. Axles that are 10 foot 1 inches apart, depending on the state regulations. So that allows a truck driver to haul more weight on the trailer. So you can haul up to 40,000 pounds on the back. I'll get into that later. Let's see here. You've got of course, tandems and doubles that you're available to do if you're permitted and got your endorsement for that. You've also got your rolling tarps, so you'll see these flatbeds going down the road, and you think they're a regular dry van or what have you, but you notice that the sides are materials. Get looking closely at that, you'll see that there's winches on the side. The guy or gals secure their load and then pulled on a roller system and frame system the tarp back over the load, so you're not on top with your feet 13 feet 6 inches above the ground. Maybe it's icy snow, you're standing on lumber, it's covered in plastic, it's dangerous. So a lot of guys and gals prefer to go with the roll top. So a lot of different variations. when I remember that ninth one, I'll leave it on my next video. But oh, tankers. That's what it was. Tankers. So yeah, tankers. You can have anything from food grade to fuel to compressed gas, what have you. So, man, if you use it, eat it, sleep in it, wear it. If it's man-made, sometimes God-made, it's gonna be hauled on a truck. So those are some of the variations. Maybe kind of keep an eye out there and maybe make your trip a little bit more fun when you're just looking at stuff on the side of the road. So you never know what you're going to see. I'll leave you with this last note. Some of the things that interest me the most, I look at these guys and gals that are doing the long haul, the long loads and wide loads. And for example, you see some of them that are literally a city long block. I mean, whether it's the propellers or whatever you call them for windmills or just huge construction things, and they'll have the driver underneath it in the back, much like a fire truck with a guy steering on the back going down the road. There's someone underneath the load in the very back of it in some cases, or just a trailer set of axles back there. But man, they're enormous. I don't know what those people get paid or what it takes to do that, but I'm sure it's quite the art. So anyway, have a good day and enjoy your ride.